Shalom. Call Halo Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops, prophets and teachers, elders, evangelists, also from great millstone where I learned this 100% true from. Shalom to the speckled bird, confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and byways, the elect. Back again with another video, and I'm going to entitle this one, At Least I'm Not an Edomite. I just figured it was just time to speak about something else different, letting my chair up, because, for the past 2, maybe 3 days, it's been flooded with this dude and the freaky nasty things that was revealed about him, and the brothers went in on him. So I said a couple of things. I put my sense in as about it as well, and I spoke about some things that I've heard some of the brothers speak about as well, and the elder apostles on down kind of touch on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it like that, and the Spirit has me working on something else. So I'm gonna talk about that, but I'm gonna let this video play first, and I want y'all to listen real good, and then I got some scriptures for you. So let's get back to who the real enemy is.
When Donald Trump became president, America witnessed a rise in white nationalism, in hate crimes, and in divisive conspiracy theories. But a lot of people thought that was a new phenomenon, that it was somehow reactionary behavior to Donald Trump's rhetoric and ideology. The fact is, that isn't true. The fact is, it's quite the opposite. You see, Donald Trump was put into office by white nationalism, by divisive conspiracy theories, and by a long history of white supremacy in this country. Conspiracies of war against white America, conspiracies of the government attacking white Christian America. These conspiracies have existed in white communities across America for decades. Donald Trump simply provided legitimacy to these conspiracies by using key and designated language in his campaign that caused white America to circle in a shark frenzy and cast their votes. Now, how do I know this? How can I say this so confidently? Because I come from a white little town in North Carolina where I learned white supremacy. Racism is so casual where I'm from, it's culture. I'll say it again, racism is so casual, it's culture. And that culture breeds the next generation of white supremacists. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about that cycle of white supremacy that has yet to be broken. I want to talk about the silent complicity of white America whenever white supremacy is challenged. I want to talk about the ignorance of white America as it pertains to identifying and stopping white supremacy. Because you see, white supremacy is the single most dangerous thing in America to anybody who doesn't look like me. But every time white supremacy rears its ugly head, we treat it like it's a new dog doing new tricks. No, it's the same dog, same tricks. And I'm here to tell you that if we don't change how we treat the dog, it's going to keep doing the same trick. It's going to keep biting. I was raised in the mountains of western North Carolina in a white little neck of the woods, often referred to as a holler. I grew up with the Confederate flag in my front yard, and my neighbor had one in his, and this neighbor in his, and the guy down the road, everywhere. That flag was a sign of our heritage. At least that's what I was told. What heritage, might you ask? A heritage of simple, hard-working Christian folk. Patriots who love their country and their neighbor, as long as your neighbor looks like you. Because I'm here to tell you, I didn't have any black neighbors. In fact, you had to go about 20, 30 minutes down the road before you got to the black neighborhood, or where I'm from, they refer to as the bad part of town. You see, racism, where I'm from, is so casual, it's hidden in plain sight. I didn't know it existed. The N-word was daily vocabulary. I didn't even know that was a bad word. Growing up, I learned that people who sag their pants are thugs. Growing up, I learned if you live in government-assisted housing, it's because you're too lazy to get a job and work hard like us. Growing up, I learned that these people get food stamps and sell drugs. You see, one day my dad was going on a rant about just that when a guy knocked at my door. So I went and let him in. The guy went and sat with my dad, handed my dad some money. My dad weighed out the right amount of marijuana and gave it back to him, a drug deal. And then my dad took the money from that drug deal and he put it in his wallet, right next to some red, yellow, blue, green food coupons. You may have heard of them. They're called food stamps. Did my dad see the hypocrisy of us having food stamps and selling drugs when he's telling me about these people getting food stamps and selling drugs? No. Because my dad would explain it like this: son, I work hard and I pay taxes, so I deserve these food stamps. And I don't make enough money and I want to provide for you children, so I got to sell these drugs to make ends meet. You see the hypocrisy of that. The cognitive dissonance is cringeworthy. How could my dad, an otherwise intelligent man, be so ignorant? Easy. It's a toxic cycle of white supremacy and white ideology that has survived the test of time. You see, during slavery, only rich white people could afford to enslave other people. But to prevent the poor white people from empathizing with the plight of enslaved black people, what the rich white people did was this. They told the poor white people, hey, if you work hard, you can be like us. And what they did was they gave them management positions on the plantation, called them overseers. That way they were more important than the enslaved black people. The idea was simple. You might be poor, but hey, at least you ain't black. That ideology, that mindset has survived the test of time. Fast forward to my dad sitting in the living room ranting about these people with food stamps and drugs while selling drugs and using food stamps. I can hear it. We might be poor, but at least we ain't black. This is a cycle. And understanding that cycle, understanding that context, understanding this history is the key to dismantling white supremacy. Breaking that cycle is the key to defeating racism. Because I want you to understand, and this is very important, that although white America's busy spinning conspiracies of white America being targeted, there's no tangible, quantifiable evidence to justify their case. But ironically, the same people that believe that will refute systemic oppression against the black community when there's tangible, quantifiable evidence to prove it. The United States Department of Justice statistics show a black man's 3 times more likely to be killed by the police than a white man. The United States Sentencing Commission has proven that a black offender will receive a 19% longer sentence on average than a white offender, same crime, same criminal background. A black mother is 4 times more likely to die during childbirth than a white mother. 22% of black Americans live in poverty, only 9% of white Americans live in poverty. If you're a black American in this country, you're 2.5 times more likely to live in an environmental justice neighborhood. That means you're next to a power plant, next to a waste dump, next to a structure that poses significant health risk, regardless of your income.
So, yeah. Stop it right there and let's get some scriptures. Start with 1 John 3 and 8. And it reads in the NLT, but when people keep on shining, it shows that they belong to the devil, who has been sinning since the beginning, but the Son of the Most High came to destroy the works of the devil. So you see this hypocrisy that this man was just telling you about ever since the birth of America, Babylon, and bringing us here, and the ideology they use to keep us down and keep us pent is what this devil has been doing to us systematically, keeping us down. And he's attacked our women, and they have gone against us as well. So everybody's against the children of the Most High. And the elect is going to be the ones under Yahweh Shai and King David, or under King David and Yahweh Shai, Salakia, to put us on high and turn things back the way they're supposed to be and the way they was intended to be. Let's go to Revelation. So you see this devil, man, he's very cunning about what he has done. And now he has to get ready to pay for it, and he doesn't want to pay for it. In the NLT, this is Revelation 2 and 9, and it reads, I know about your suffering and your poverty, but you are rich. I know the blasphemy of those opposing you. They say they are Jews, but they are not, because their synagogue belongs to Satan. So Esau's house belongs to Satan. Don't be afraid of what you are about to suffer. Woo! The devil will throw some of you into prison to test you. Now, who are they talking about when they say the devil? They're talking about Esau, a.k.a. the so-called white man, a.k.a. this is what this man was just talking about in the video. He's the one that's going to throw you in prison. You will suffer for 10 days. 10 days is a completion number, so it doesn't necessarily mean 10 days. It can mean any time. But if you remain faithful, even when facing death, I will give you the crown of life. So I've seen on TikTok, I forgot the brother's name, but he was talking about it. But Elder Apostle Kabar has been talking about it as well. But he's been talking about, are you prepared to give your life for this truth? And if you're not, that's part of the test. And if you're not, most likely you probably won't make it. Are you prepared to separate yourself from your family, from your loved ones? If you're not, then most likely you're not prepared for this. 2 Timothy 2 and 24. And it reads, a servant, in the NLT I'm reading, a servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be kind to everyone, be able to teach, and be patient with difficult people. Now, see, in the NLT, reading this puts me in a better understanding of how to deal with our people. And I'm realizing that Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, put the spirit on me to read this because sometimes I get frustrated on how I deal with people out in the street. And I have to learn to be patient with people who are difficult. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really talking about Jake, man. Jake men and women, man. They love to get high and drunk and things of that nature and talk to you crazy. So because now I understand these scriptures, I build up my faith and my understanding and how I approach and how I deal with people in the world. Not being part of this world, It's not easy, but these are things that you have to learn. Things like that, scriptures like that, lets me know I'm on the right path and trying to do what I'm supposed to. I'm doing the right things because it's all spiritual when Yahweh Shai gives you the understanding of certain things, especially of how in the 90s how they attacked our men, our young boys, and turned them into these so-called thugs and so-called gangsters. And all we did was just destroy our lives. And we went back and forth into the prisons, as the scriptures say. And we became, how should I say, we started experimenting with sodomy. You know what I'm saying? And then, was able to be comfortable with it after it was so-called looked at to be acceptable. This is Psalms 11:2. The wicked are stringing their bows and fitting their arrows on the bowstrings. They shoot from the shadows at those whose hearts are right. So again, you got Esau and these damn devils. They go at us secretly, setting traps, setting snares that we fall into. And then they say to Yahweh and Yahushai, look at your people. Do they deserve to have the blessing of inheriting the kingdom? You see what I'm saying? This man is a freaking devil. And this is what that man was explaining. He was explaining to you that his people are hypocrites and they're the devil. Proverbs 6:12. I'm going to read it in the KJV because it's fitting. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. Now, we do know some men who have a forward mouth, right? And they was just being displayed for the past couple of days. So the Lord is definitely revealing and judging many men. And now that it's happening, people are becoming more saddened by it. But there's no reason to be saddened by it because you reap what you sow. And what comes around goes around. This is why you should fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And you should be praying to him daily to ask him to forgive your sins. Because if not, then you're going to be destroyed. Isaiah 48:22, KJV. There is no peace, saith Yahweh, unto the wicked. So regardless of what you think, the wicked are about to serve. And they're going to drink that cup and they're going to go into slavery. No matter what they say and what they think and what they try to use and flip on us, they're going to have to drink that cup. So what this man was not even realizing in the spirit, well, he was not in the spirit, but the Lord put it on him to say what he said. And this is why I named it, at least we're not Edomites. Because we can be poor. We've been poor ever since we've been under Esau's rulership. But when you truly understand this truth, you should be grateful and thankful that you're not an Edomite. You should be grateful and thankful you're blessed if you're an Israelite. Even though we know 2/3 of our people must be destroyed, you still get a chance to come back through the seed of the elect. So that's a beautiful thing. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And this is just who they are. The Yahweh and Yahushua made these people to be wicked and evil. There's other scriptures that I can get, but matter of fact, Yahweh and Yahushua made these people to be wicked and evil, man. So, for you foolish Jake who trying to help these people, you cannot help these people. They are made to be wicked since they were born. It is in their spirit, is who they are. They don't know how to be good. They don't know how to be righteous because Yahweh Yahushua did not make them like that. Habakkuk 2:4. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves. And their lives are crooked, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. And that's what it is. We are the ones who are doing the right things, especially if we're on the highways and byways doing the thing, doing the work, and doing the best we can to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And ultimately, you fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and you want to repent. And as Elder Apostle Gabar was saying, you should be examining yourself daily. Daily. And I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself as well. Second Esdras. And I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to kind of, Spirit was on me to touch on this topic, so I did. Second Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, the so-called white man, and Jacob, the so-called Native American Indian, Spanish, and black people, is the beginning of it that followeth. And this is what Esau is worried about. He's worried about his kingdom coming to an end, which is inevitable. It has to happen. He doesn't want to give up that power, but it has to happen. And I can say again, at least I am not an Edomite. I can deal with being poor. Really, in doing this work, being poor comes with the territory. You should embrace it, just like things that make you feel uneasy or put you out of your character. Embrace it. That's letting you know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is letting you know that he's dealing with you because he's chiseling you and getting you ready for this new world order. Because again, Esau's about to run down on us, and he's about to because he's out of options. So now he has to resort to what he knows best, which is violence, threatening, and death, and spilling blood. This is what he does, who he is. Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Everybody hates Babylon right now. This place is about to be destroyed. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. You see the pride of our president, Salaki, not our president, but you see the pride of DJT, you know what I'm saying? Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, who we knew that dwelt in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, who we know like to habit, who like to dwell in high places, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring you down to the ground. So Abba Rock is how you were edified with that quick lesson, man. And I'm going to say again, at least I am not an Edomite. I can deal with a whole bunch of things, but you know what I mean? At least I am not an Edomite. So with that, I'm going to say, Call hello, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakradash. Shalom, salutations, and double honors again to the elder apostles, and shalom on down to the brothers of Great Millstone, while on this truth from Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.